They say life is unfair, but the truth is, life is very fair. It just doesn't explain itself immediately. Sometimes life allows people to make choices, and then it steps back and watches. This is a story about love, money, patience, and consistency. A story about two people who chose different paths, and how time judged them both. Ethan Cole was not a rich man, but he was a hopeful one. Every morning before sunrise he put on his office clothes, kissed his girlfriend Lydia on the forehead, and walked out of their small apartment believing in tomorrow. They didn't have luxury, no expensive furniture, no flashy vacations, but they had plans. And for Ethan, plans were enough. One day, he used to say, we'll look back at this and laugh. Lydia smiled, but slowly that smile began to fade. Ethan worked long hours at Hawthorne Solutions, a company growing fast but rotting inside. What Ethan didn't know was that someone else had noticed Lydia. Victor Holley, the CEO. Compliments became conversations. Conversations became offers. And then Ethan lost his job. Restructuring, they said. That night, Ethan came home broken. I'll find something, he said. Just give me time. Lydia looked at him, and for the first time, she didn't believe him. A week later, she left. I can't suffer with you, she said. I need stability, Ethan begged. Not because he was weak, but because he loved deeply. She walked away, and Ethan was left with silence. Failure is loud at first. It doesn't knock politely. It crashes into your life without warning. Bills stacked on the table. Phone calls you stop answering. Messages marked overdue. Rejections. One email. Then another. Then another. Each one reminding you that the world keeps moving, even when you feel stuck. Hunger became familiar. Not just hunger for food, but hunger for dignity. Ethan applied everywhere. Jobs he was qualified for. Jobs he was overqualified for. Jobs he never imagined doing. Every rejection felt personal, like the universe was keeping score, like life was asking him, how bad do you really want it? Some nights he slept hungry, staring at the ceiling, listening to his own breathing, wondering how everything fell apart so fast. Some mornings he woke up ashamed of the mirror, ashamed of his empty pockets, ashamed of the man he temporarily became. But shame didn't stop him. It humbled him, and humility taught him discipline. He took a job beneath him, a job no one congratulated him for, a job that paid little but demanded everything. Then another job, and another. No pride, no excuses. While others complained about the system, Ethan studied it. While others blamed people, Ethan blamed patterns. While others quit when results didn't come fast, Ethan stayed. Stayed when it was boring. Stayed when it was painful. Stayed when no one was watching. He read when others slept, not for motivation, but for understanding. He trained when others rested, not because it felt good, but because it felt necessary. He failed, many times, publicly, quietly, painfully, but he failed forward, each failure sharpening him, each mistake teaching him what shortcuts never could. Months turned into years. No applause, no celebration, No one cheering from the sidelines. Just repetition. Just discipline. Just consistency. And one day, consistency answered him back, quietly, but permanently. While Ethan learned patience, Lydia learned comfort. Not comfort earned through endurance, but comfort borrowed from someone else's power. Expensive dinners replaced late-night conversations. Meals served on polished tables, without meaning, without laughter. The kind of dinners where no one really listens, because money is doing the talking. Silence replaced sincerity, not the peaceful silence of understanding, but the awkward silence of convenience. Words became unnecessary. Emotions became optional. Victor Howell provided everything instantly. No planning, no sacrifice, no waiting. If she wanted it, it appeared, and for a while, it felt like winning. But shortcuts age badly. They shine early and rot quietly. Behind the luxury were lies, numbers that didn't add up, accounts that existed only on paper, false reports, forged success, an empire built on confidence, not truth. When the investigation started, Victor laughed, not because he was innocent, but because arrogance convinces you consequences are for other people. Until the laughter stopped. Phones went silent. Doors closed. Meetings were canceled. Money disappeared. Not slowly, but violently. Friends vanished. The same ones who toasted his success suddenly forgot his name. And then his health declined. The strong voice weakened. The confident posture collapsed. The powerful man became fragile. And Lydia, the woman who chose comfort, became responsible for a burden she never prepared for. Hospital rooms replaced luxury suites. Medical bills replaced champagne receipts. She wasn't admired anymore. She was needed. And that is when reality arrived. Reality doesn't care who you loved. It doesn't care who you chose. It only asks one question. Are you strong enough to stand when everything collapses? Desperation has a sound, and Lydia heard it. Every time her phone didn't ring, she applied anywhere pride would allow, and everywhere pride once rejected. When she walked into the boardroom, she expected strangers. What she met was time. Ethan didn't gloat. Success had disciplined him too much for that. He looked at her, not with anger, but clarity. Life isn't cruel, he said. It's consistent. What you feed grows. What you abandon weakens. He didn't reject her harshly. He rejected the version of life that thought loyalty was optional. Some people build slowly and last forever. Others rise fast and fall violently. This is a pattern repeated across history, industries, relationships, and lives. Speed attracts the impatient, shortcuts tempt those who fear the process. But time respects only what endures. Money is a tool that is useful, powerful, yet dangerous when mistaken for purpose. Consistency is the true foundation. It doesn't glitter or impress quickly, but it holds weight and withstands storms. The difference between collapse and survival. One disappears overnight. The other compounds quietly. Loud success draws attention, praise, and envy. Quiet progress attracts none. Humans crave validation. So many abandon consistency too soon, mistaking silence for failure. but real growth happens unseen. If you're struggling, know this. Struggle means you're in the process. Growth is uncomfortable by design. It stretches, humbles, and reveals weaknesses. Discomfort isn't a sign to quit. It's proof something is building. Don't rush your life. Rushing creates fragile outcomes, skips lessons, and builds success that can't bear its own weight. Anything gained faster than your character grows will expose you eventually. Don't envy shortcuts. They don't eliminate effort as they postpone it with interest. What seems easy now often becomes unbearable later. What seems slow now becomes unshakable. Stay consistent even when boring, lonely, or invisible. Consistency isn't intense passion once. It's disciplined repetition. Anyone can motivate for a week. Few discipline for years. Consistency means showing up despite doubt, working through uncertainty, continuing without praise, choosing progress over comfort repeatedly.